So, I took 2 sick days. 2. Not a holiday. Not a vacation. Just sick days. When I came back, I didn't return to a desk. I returned to what looked like the aftermath of poor life choices, or a public health experiment. My desk was smeared with something that looked suspiciously like mucus, or the aftermath of someone eating directly off the surface and deciding, yes, this is fine. The office floor was littered with human hair. Not one hair, enough to suggest a grooming session. The garbage bin, the one assigned to me, was half full, not with my trash. And just to complete the scene, there was discarded food packaging on the floor. Because why use a bin when the floor is right there? Now, perspective matters. This office is a restricted area for authorized personnel only. It's packed with sensitive materials, and there are clear instructions on how it's supposed to be maintained. If anything goes missing, gets damaged, or is mishandled, the person or persons sitting in the office is held accountable. That person is myself, and employee A, with whom the office is shared. Enter Employee A. Employee A states they were given one function. 1. And that function represents the absolute limit of their concern. As I've said before, in a previous video, sub-management does not bother explaining procedures, expectations, or shared responsibility. So, Employee A operates under a very efficient rule. If it's not on my desk, it's not my problem. Someone can walk into the office, touch things, move things, make a mess, and Employee A does not care. Even if the visitor is there specifically to see Employee A, accountability still does not make an appearance. Employee A only cares about what is on their desk and the one task they were assigned. Nothing more. Everything else. Background noise. Now here's where it gets impressive. Employee A is misophobic, cannot stand dirt, germs, contamination, or purporting to be, in any event, yet somehow creates a lot of it. Employee A was assigned their own garbage bin, but because it didn't look pleasing, they decided not to use it. Instead, they use the one assigned to me, and when they use my bin, they don't empty it. They don't discard anything properly. They just add to it. And, due to restricted access and cleaning schedules, guess who ends up emptying it? Me. Because it's my bin. Because it's my office. Because responsibility here only travels in one direction. So every time the room needs tidying, oops, there I go again. At one point, I genuinely considered just letting the trash pile up. Let the room fill. Let it become a physical representation of this situation. But honestly, Employee A wouldn't care. Because as long as nothing touches their skin, the rest of the environment could collapse. Employee A has been here for 3 to 4 years. They were never formally told why the office is restricted, but they know informally, and honestly, they don't care. They enjoy the seclusion the office provides, but want absolutely zero responsibility for maintaining it. Employee A wants their belongings secured when they're not around, but couldn't care less about anyone else's stuff. In short, they want all the benefits with none of the effort. Luxury mindset, zero contribution. As mentioned before, the air conditioning has been out. On one of my days off, I stopped by to grab something I'd left behind and noticed the window was open. Fair enough, the office is hot, especially where I sit. Now here's the fun part. As I'm leaving, Employee A tells me to close the window because they didn't open it. Mind you, when that window is open, the office turns into a wind tunnel. With the current cold front and strong winds, it pulls in dust, debris, and apparently every loose human hair within a 5-mile radius of whomever visited. The airflow basically sucks everything to the front and redistributes it to the back, and that's how I discovered that, at some point, hair grooming had apparently occurred. But yes, I should close the window, because they didn't open it. So I finally addressed the issue with Employee A. And I'm told, well, you need to go tell the person who came in here and did it. The person they gave permission to. Which is fascinating, because I wasn't here. I was sick. So now, in addition to my actual job, I'm apparently responsible for tracking visitors, policing their behavior, and cleaning up messes I didn't create. And that's not even the end of it. Similarly, if I am absent, sensitive task, specific to this office, which ideally requires collaboration between myself and employee A, tends to remain untouched, as employee A seems blissfully unconcerned. In short, when I'm away, the work quietly waits for me to return. So the shared work is done mostly by me. And at the end of the day, when it's supposed to go out, employee A briefly glances at it. No proper review. Little contribution. Just enough involvement to say they were there. So yes, I'm pissed. I'm venting. Because how much is one person supposed to take before frustration becomes inevitable? This isn't drama. It's not exaggeration. It's what happens when poor management, zero accountability, and shared spaces collide. And if mucus on a desk doesn't signal a problem, I don't know what will.